He was the adorable son of America's favorite TV couple,
the boy who stole hearts with his dimples and drumsticks.
But after I Love Lucy ended, he vanished from Hollywood. No more sitcoms, no more fame, just silence. Until now. This is Hollywood Reminders, and today we're uncovering the incredible, little-known story of Keith Thibodeaux's uncle Richard Keith, the real-life Little Ricky Ricardo. At just 3 years old, Keith Thibodeaux was already a professional drummer touring with the Horace Heidt Orchestra and earning $500 a week. His Cajun parents called him the Little Dynamo. Studios took notice, and so did Lucille and Desi Arnaz. When they were casting for ILoveLucy, they needed a kid who could play drums and look like Ricky Ricardo's son. Keith auditioned and got the part.
To simplify his last name for TV audiences, he was billed as Richard Keith, the name you saw in the credits. On screen, he was Little Ricky, sweet, mischievous, always ready to tap out a beat. Off screen, he became family. Keith didn't just act, he lived it.
He traveled with the Arnaz family. He taught Desi Arnaz Jr. how to drum. He ate meals with Lucy and Desi. She called him her little man. In interviews, he said, "Lucy treated me like her own.
She'd hug me, joke with me, even scold me when I messed up." But when I Love Lucy ended in 1957, Keith's childhood stardom faded.
He appeared on the Andy Griffith Show as Johnny Paul Jason, Opie's friend, but that was it. Hollywood moved on. He didn't.
As a teen, Keith joined the rock band David and the Giants, scoring hits in the Christian rock scene of the 1970s.
But fame came with pain. He battled addiction, alcohol, drugs, losing himself in the chaos of post-childhood life. Then came his turning point. He became a born-again Christian. It changed everything. Today, he serves as executive director of Ballet Magnificat,
a world-renowned Christian ballet company founded by his wife, Keith Thibodeaux.
Together, they use dance to tell stories of faith, hope, and redemption. He says, "I'm not the same boy who played Little Ricky.
I'm a man who found grace, and now I help others find it too."
Keith Thibodeaux' story isn't about fame or fortune. It's about resilience.
About being loved by legends,
then finding love in something deeper. About falling and rising again. So the next time you watch I Love Lucy and see Little Ricky tap his drumsticks, remember, behind that smile was a real boy who grew into a real man with a real story worth remembering. If this touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more untold Hollywood journeys. Next week, we reveal the secret scene from I Love Lucy that was erased from history. Until then, keep reminding the world of the legends. This is Hollywood Reminders, signing off.
Actress, comedian, and TV producer lived in this mansion on 1000 North Roxbury Drive in Beverly Hills from 1954 until her death in 1989. She purchased this two-story colonial house with husband Desi Arnaz in 1954. The couple lived here while producing and starring in I Love Lucy until 1957 and the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour till 1960, the year they divorced. Lucy retained the house while she continued in television with The Lucy Show from 1962 to 1966 and here as Lucy from 1968 to 1974. Ball used to personally hand out candy to trick-or-treaters on Halloween. Her neighbors were actor James Stewart and comedian Jack Benny. After her death, the house was sold and extensively renovated by its current owners. Nearby, Jack Benny's house, former Jack Benny's house, former Lucille Ball's house, former Lucille Ball's house, former Peter Fox house, deceased Peter Fox house, deceased. James Jimmy Stewart's house demolished, James Jimmy Stewart's house demolished. Hedy Lamar's house, former Hedy Lamar's house, former David Bonnet's house, former David Bonnet's house, former Hedy Lamar's house, former Hedy Lamar's house, former Rick Schroeder's house, former Rick Schroeder's house, former Peter Fox house, deceased Peter Fox house, deceased Chero's house, Mohammed Alipour's house. Lucille's first home in LA is located at 1340 for an Ogden in Hollywood. She resided there with her parents when the Balls headed west. Actually, Lucy's house was completely rebuilt. Doesn't look a thing like it did when she lived there. But after Lucy's death, the house was rebuilt to more resemble the home of a Hollywood film star of an earlier era. Not unlike Pickfair or the fictitious home of Norma Desmond in the film Sunset Boulevard. Of course, North Roxbury Drive was once known as the Street of Stars, for at one time or another on this famed strip were were the homes of not only Lucille Ball, but Jack Benny, Rosemary Clooney, George and Ira Gershwin, Elizabeth Montgomery and her bewitched co-star, Agnes Moorehead, Jimmy Stewart and his wife Gloria, and Spencer Tracy, among others. Can you imagine trick-or-treating in that neighborhood on Halloween? Well, if you did, Lucy was known for handing out candy to surprised kids herself. #LucilleBall. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into classic Hollywood. The genius Desi Arnaz was born on March 2, 1917. In 1977, 17 years after their divorce, Lucy praised Desi's business acumen in an interview with Kay Gardella. During the days Desi was running things, I never had to do anything. I just had my babies and did my work on the show. I didn't have to be involved in any of the business. Desi did it all and I just had to sign things now and then. He was not only very trustworthy, but he always knew what he was doing. He was marvelous, innovative, speculative, and ruthless with his own money and time. He was also nice to work with and wonderful in handling other people's money. He was a great guy. Our happiest moments were when we were working together. He knew how to get things done on time and demanded the best. He knew what he wanted and what to expect from people he was paying. It wasn't so much a question of being demanding as much as it was knowing precisely what he wanted. He didn't go around stepping on toes and crushing skulls. He picked the right people. The television industry owes a tremendous debt of gratitude towards Desi Arnaz.